Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be going over a cool accessibility feature in the Apple Watch that lets you control your Apple Watch with one hand. So let's say you're holding some groceries in one hand and you need to answer a phone call on your Apple Watch. Rather than having to awkwardly do that thing where you're using your nose to answer the phone, you can instead tap your finger and the watch will automatically answer that call. And if this feature sounds familiar, it's because Apple did announce a similar feature called Double Tap at its Wonderlust event, which is exclusive to the new Apple Watch Series 9 and Ultra 2 models. However, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can achieve a very similar version of this feature on older Apple Watch models. So for context, I'm using an Apple Watch Series 7 with an S7 chip, meaning this watch does not support Apple's double tap feature. So the first thing you'll want to do is open the watch app on your iPhone and scroll down to accessibility. Once you've opened accessibility, scroll down until you find assistive touch, which will be quite a way down in the menu. And under motor, you want to select assistive touch. Make sure assistive touch is toggled on, and then under inputs, open the hand gestures toggle and make sure this is toggled on. You'll see that we've got a list of 4 different gestures. So there's pinch, double pinch, clench, and double clench. And the cool thing about this feature is that you can actually customize each gesture and map them to different functions. So you can see here that I've got double clench here mapped to control center. So on my Apple Watch, if I double clench my left wrist, it will actually open control center for me. But if I wanted to, I could in fact change this to open Siri instead. So now when I double clench, Siri activates. And you can even map this to shortcuts, like if you wanted to open a new reminder. Obviously, in 99% of use cases, it will be quicker if you just use your other hand to perform the action, like tapping. But in cases where your other hand might be occupied, and no, get your head out of the gutter, this feature can actually come in quite handy. So let me just do a little demonstration for you right now. So in order for the feature to work, you need to ensure that the display is turned on. It won't work if the display is asleep. But you can see that if I turn on the display, shut up Siri, if I clench my hand with one wrist, it opens up the app menu. I can single tap to go between apps, and I can double tap to open them. And I can single tap again if I want to scroll between different timers, double tap to open the timer. And if I want to pause the timer, I can also do that by double tapping the pause button. So you can see that there's a lot of functionality here. The system is also intuitive enough to know when you're purposefully pinching your finger. So if I was to just lightly tap my finger accidentally, you can see that the Apple Watch ignores that false positive. The reason I'm making this video is because Apple actually introduced a feature that's very similar to this in the new Apple Watch Series 9 and Ultra 2 called Double Tap, which lets the new S9 chip detect when you're double tapping to control the main action on your screen. So if you had some music playing on your watch, the double tap feature on the new Apple Watches would only let you play and pause that music because that's the main control. Whereas using the old hand gesture feature, you'd be able to select other controls like skipping a song as well. So I'd actually go as far to say that the old accessibility features for the Apple Watch are technically more advanced than the new double tap feature because they allow you to do a lot more. And so you might be thinking to yourself, is there actually any difference between double tap and the old accessibility features? Or is Apple just rebranding the same feature that's been on the Apple Watch for years now? And the answer to that question is that double tap, although it is very similar, is technically different because it operates based on the S9 chip. And I'd imagine that the new S9 chip will have some special hardware capability that makes double tap a lot more responsive than the traditional hand gesture, with a more simple UI as well. However, I think the main difference is going to be in simplicity. With a lot of the hand gestures, it can occasionally become confusing knowing which gestures map over to which action, especially if you're constantly playing around with them like I am. Whereas with double tap, there's only one gesture that you need to remember. However, with all that said, if you are somebody considering upgrading to the new Apple Watch Series 9 or Ultra 2 just for that double tap feature, I'd consider holding off your purchase and instead trying out the accessibility feature first. So that wraps up today's video. Do let me know in the comments down below, do you think it's worth purchasing a Series 9 just for the double tap feature? Also, if you found this video useful, make sure to hit the like button below, and if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, subscribe to the channel.